welcome back to my channel, The Baking Diva. It's a beautiful fall day here in New Jersey. The leaves are turning, the sun is shining, but it's cold and windy. But it's still very pretty out there. It looks just like God's masterpiece or a painting. So I guess we shouldn't complain. Pretty soon the cold weather will be here, there'll be snow, we'll be shivering, and then we have to think back how beautiful it was in the fall. So anyway, let's get started. Today's video is going to be a for women only video. Now I'm not excluding the men. If you want, you can tag along and watch, but I don't think you're going to enjoy the topic. That's why I'm calling it a video for women only. Now today we're going to make, dun, da, 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 we're going to make PMS cookies. And these are PMS no-bake cookies. Now I know PMS is not really anything to joke about, but you have to have a little humor in life. Otherwise it's too serious and just brings you down. You know, you hear jokes about PMS. I know one joke I heard. It was like, what's the difference between a woman with PMS and a Bengal tiger? Answer, lipstick. What can I tell you? I thought it was quite funny. The cameraman's over there. This is a real hot topic for him to be filming. If I make a grammatical error, because he was a college professor and an English teacher, he raises his eyebrows over there. So I'm going to try not to look at him because he distracts me, okay? But anyway, when the monthly moodiness hits you, fight back. What do? You make these PMS cookies. And for those mature gals who don't suffer from PMS, you can make the cookies too. We can call them Menopause Survivor Cookies. I like that. Now, why do we get PMS? We get PMS when a chemical in our brain called serotonin begins to drop. And that time of the month, it drops. And what happens? We start to get cravings for carbs. Yes. So, and a lot of the cravings we get are for something sweet and salty. So these cookies I'm going to show you how to make fit the bill. They're sweet and salty, but they're also chocolatey and very soothing. So I'm going to get started now, show you how to make these cookies. So when that monthly moodiness sets in, throw a few of these together, have a couple, and your PMS will float right out the door. Okay, so let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do, we don't need it yet, but I want to get started on it. I need chocolate. I need melted chocolate for this. Now I have my little Wilton's chocolate melting pot here. I got it last year in Walmart. It was very inexpensive. But for all these years I've been melting chocolate, and I've been melting them since my kids were toddlers, and they're grown with families of their own now. I always melted my chocolate in the microwave. I would put it in some kind of a microwave bowl or a Pyrex bowl and melt it in the microwave. But today I'm going to melt it in this. And if you're into making chocolates of any kind, I would invest in one of these because it's so much easier to use and it's neat. So the chocolate I'm going to use here is the chocolate discs. Now, I bought these from a chocolate making store in my town, but you can buy the Wilton's candy melts, they're called. They come in all colors and flavors. Or you can go to your food store and you can buy the Ghirardello chocolates or the Ghirardello chocolates, and you can melt those. So I already preheated my pot. I'm going to put some of these in here, and this way they'll begin to melt while I start to show you how to make the rest of the recipe. So I'm going to put this to the side. They melt very slowly in here, which is nice. And because the pot stays warm, they continue to liquefy and stay melted, whereas if you do them in the microwave, you have to keep stopping it and then stirring and starting it again. And just to let you know, if you melt your chocolate discs or your chocolate in the microwave, chocolate cannot be salvaged once it burns, and it can burn in a heartbeat. So what you do is, if you use a bag of your chocolates, you put it on 30 seconds, stir it, and then another 30 seconds. And you do it on 30-second intervals until it's melted the way you like it, okay? So what we're going to need here for this recipe is, we are going to need Ritz Crackers, also peanut butter. Now I happen to be using Smart Balance creamy peanut butter. This is what I use all the time. I have peanut butter almost every day. This tastes delicious and it's a healthier version of it, but you can use any kind of peanut butter you want. And also you're going to use Marshmallow Cream. Now this is marshmallow fluff, but it doesn't have to be marshmallow fluff. You can use any kind of marshmallow cream that they sell in your store. So what we're going to do, this is really easy. We're going to take our Ritz Crackers, and I'm going to take a few out here. And what we're going to do is, first of all, I'm going to line a few up here. Be easier to do. We're going to take our peanut butter first. Now you're going to take 1 tablespoon of peanut butter. You're going to spread it on one of the Ritz Crackers. Now once you get the hang of it, you don't have to measure the peanut butter, but I'm just going to do it now just to give you an idea. So this is about a tablespoon. I have a little butter knife here. So I'm going to take my tablespoon of peanut butter, and I'm going to spread it nicely on the Ritz Cracker. Okay. Once you have that spread on the cracker, you're then going to take your marshmallow cream, and you're going to put a teaspoon of the marshmallow cream on top of the peanut butter. I'm not even going to measure it. I can eyeball it, but the actual recipe is a teaspoon. We're going to put that right on top. And then after we get that on there, we are going to put the other Ritz cracker on the top. So it's going to make a little sandwich. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue making these. And after I get several made and my chocolate melts, I'll be back in a couple of minutes and we'll continue on. Okay? Bye! I'm back, and what I did is I filled all of the crackers. I just for now used like 1 row of the Ritz crackers. I think I got maybe, I'm not sure, around 18. Wait, how many did I get? It doesn't matter, but I got quite a few of the Ritz crackers. Now, I did not measure how much peanut butter or how much marshmallow cream to put in there. It's just eyeball it, use your knife, and just put whatever you want in there. You know, if you want to follow the exact directions, you use your tablespoon of peanut butter, your teaspoon of marshmallow cream, but I didn't measure it. I just did them all with a butter knife, and they came out like this. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to dip our entire cookie, so it's all covered, top and bottom, into the melted chocolate. Now, what I do is I like to use a big fork. You can use whatever you want, but I use a fork. I put it on the fork, and then I dip it into the chocolate, and I kind of push it down, make sure it's all covered, and then I take it out, and I let the chocolate dip through the, what, Tim? What of the fork?
The tines. The
tines of the fork. Now, one nice thing about this Wilton's pot is that you keep the heat on low, and it will continue to keep your chocolate melted. If you're not using this pot and you're melting it on your own in your own bowl, that's fine. But as you're working, your chocolate may start to harden, and then you will have to put it back in the microwave and just watch it maybe 10-20 seconds till it starts to melt again. And for those of you that are not used to working with chocolate, make sure you don't get any water in your chocolate, not even a few drops of it, because it will harden the chocolate. The chocolate and the water do not mix. So you're going to take your cookie and you're going to put it on a cookie sheet lined with wax paper. Now, sprinkles are optional, but I like to put a few on there just to make them look pretty. You put them on there while the chocolate is still wet, because when the chocolate hardens, then they will stick to the chocolate. You can't put them on when the chocolate is hard. So I'm going to continue to dip the rest of the cookies, and then I will be back. But what I'm going to do is when I get them all on the cookie sheet, I'm going to put them in the freezer for about 5 to 10 minutes. That will hasten the chocolate and it will harden faster. You can leave them just out like this, but they're going to take a while because you have to have the chocolate hard on the cookie. So once I get them all dipped, I get the sprinkles on them, in the freezer they'll go, and then I'll be back to show you the finished product. And maybe the cameraman and I will even get to taste one. Bye. I took the cookies out of the freezer. I only had them in there for maybe less than 10 minutes, and they came out perfect. I forgot to mention, did you all notice my apron? It wasn't a coincidence. It said, "I don't sweat, I sparkle." And I purposely put that on today because, you know, with PMS and menopause and hot flashes, I thought it was perfect. So anyway, let me lift up these cookies, these PMS cookies, and show you what they look like when I finish them. They almost look like chocolate dipped Oreos, but they're not. So I'm going to pass the dish over to the cameraman and let him help himself to one. Here, cameraman.
Thanks, Diva. Ooh, look at that sexy hand.
And I'm going to try one. See what they taste like.
Sorry, I'm moving the camera accidentally.
Mmm.
Fantastic.
They are good. They're that combination of the sweet and the salty. I don't think you have to have PMS to eat these. I think everyone will enjoy these.
Well, I certainly don't have PMS.
I hope not. So anyway, if you like these, you know the drill. Go on YouTube and give me a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. I gave out a prize when I reached 100 subscribers, and now I'm very close to 200. So get on there and subscribe to my channel. Come November, I'm going to be starting to bake my Christmas cookies. And I'm going to do one a week, and I have some great ones. My grandma's Italian cookies, and my shortbread, the chocolate dipped shortbread, and my snowy shovels, and so many more. So, if you want to see my Christmas cookies, make sure you subscribe. So anyway, I hope to see you soon. I hope you enjoyed this video. Eat these cookies. It'll help your PMS. Love you all. Toodles.